Okay, we're looking at what I've called the wealth of the wicked. And we start with a song. "'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear there I first believed." Okay, let's look at the wicked and wealth. If you look at First Samuel 25, verse 2, it talks about a man named uh, uh, Nabal. You know, he had a business. He was very rich. He had 3,000 sheep and 1,000 goats, and he was sharing a sheep in Carmel. The name of the man was Nabal, and the name of his wife Abigail. And she was a woman of good understanding and beautiful appearance. But the man was harsh and evil in his doings. And I think it speaks sometimes to a lot of very wealthy people. A lot of the time they cut corners. They cheat other people in order to be able to get the level of wealth. But of course, we also have people that are very ethical in terms of the way they acquire their wealth. Also, we have Proverbs 13, verse 22. A good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children, but the wealth of the wicked, which is really our title, is stored up for the righteous. So all those primitive acquisition, all those cutting of corners, eventually that wealth will be transferred to the righteous. And we see this also in Job 27, verse 16. Though he heaps up silver like dust and piles up a wardrobe like clay, what he lays up, the righteous will wear, and his silver will be divided by the innocent. Interestingly, there are some believers that actually take these promises literally. And what I mean by literal is that they pick on a particular very rich person that they know is not, a believer, they know is wicked, and they begin to pray for the transfer of his wealth. Because of course, if you look at the scriptures that we just looked at, they're basically laying up that wealth, for the righteous. And we are the righteousness of God. We are the righteousness of God. So people take it literal and they start to pray for a transference of that wealth. Of course, they still do their work, but they believe that all that the wicked has laid up, I can actually claim it. And you can see even this will have happened to Nabal because David was actually going to, you know, uh, battle with him and take away that wealth from him until Abigail intervened. And because Abigail intervened, God actually took charge of that particular situation and dispatched Nabal to the great beyond, and David, of course, took Abigail. So basically, the lesson that we learned from all of this is the time to run to the Son, because Jesus Christ is the type of Abigail that will save you and save your world, from being transferred, to the righteous.